Hey everybody, it's Matt. We're here with Wrestling with Whiskey. Today's video is what we're going to call a fresh crack. Wow, that sounds bad. I will come up with a new name later, but this one will make you laugh, hopefully. So it's a fresh crack, it's a fresh bottle is what I mean. A lot of the time I like to open things, let them sit for like a week or a few days and then kind of come back to them. But it's also nice to get them just right out of the bottle. But it can change, keep that in mind. Not significantly has been found by many long studies by people like Wade Woodard and Breaking Bourbon, but it can change a little bit. Oxygen will change it slowly over time. But today, Fresh Crack will be our first review of a truly limited edition. One of the things that comes out every fall, the fall hunting season for bourbon fans. One of the first releases and kind of kicking off the release and the start of bourbon hunting season is, drumroll please, Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. This is an annual release from Old Forester. It is to celebrate the birthday of Brown Foreman founder George Garvin Brown. And so every year they release a limited edition Old Forester Bourbon. They're usually all 12 years. This year, 2018, is the highest proof they've ever done, which is 101. So there must be Wild Turkey fans or something out there. And yeah, so this one is the highest bump in proof they've done so far, and it's always an exciting release for everyone. So this is the first time I've ever owned a birthday bourbon. I've had the chance to taste one or two at a bar before, which I always recommend doing because sometimes finding these, especially outside of retail, can be very expensive. One thing to comment on bourbon hunting, for those of you who are new, those of you who are in the know, you know, I strongly recommend getting relationships with liquor store personnel. Get to know the manager. Get to know whoever stocks their whiskeys. Just get to know them. Contrary to common belief, I don't believe you have to like bribe them. Some people were like, oh yeah, they give them half the bottle, or they offer them this, or if that works for you, great. I found just kindness, consistency, and customer loyalty pay off. Well, you can chat them up, ask them about what kind of stuff they get it in, when they get it in, if you can get it on a list, get to know their name. That's one of those things it's that simple. It's not a complicated thing where you need to become their best friend. But, if you shop with them regularly, get to know the people at the store, they'll undoubtedly help you out when it's come time to get something like this. So, without further ado, I'm going to fresh crack this bottle. Literally haven't touched it yet. I don't have a backup. It's one thing, everybody gets backups, but the store only wanted one per customer, and I'm not someone who hoards. Not yet, anyway. So, I only have one, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to drink it. I do plan on getting one when my child is born that year. It's a very common thing with birthday bourbons, because it's a birthday. A lot of fathers will get it when their kids are born. The year, whatever year they're born, they'll get that year of birthday bourbon, and then they'll save it until they're 21, and they'll crack it with them, which I think is kind of cool. All right. Plastic off. Sticker torn. Everyone's stupid, cheesy little favorite part. The cork pop. Ooh, nice little pop. Quick bottle smell. Ooh, hello. That smells nice. But let's pour it in the glass first before I start going on and on. This is fresh. We have not done this before, folks. You saw me break the strip. You saw me do everything. All right. So 12 years in barrel gives it a nice, pretty good oak. I'm here in the back cave, so I'm using a off-camera light. It's a pretty deep amber, which is consistent with the age. Let's get some legs on this. Not super thick legs. It kind of runs down the glass pretty quickly. Makes me curious about that mouthfeel. You all know how I love that word, mouthfeel. It smells really good, though. I mean, Hot damn. Smell with your mouth open, like Fred Minnick always tells me. You'll get more aromas, you get a better sense of it. That is like a cherry vanilla little piece of candy right there. Some fruit, a little bit of like banana in there. The tiniest bit of leather. That's always a hard note for me to get. You'll find certain notes you can get really well, and certain notes you can't. Some people can't get vanilla. Some people can't get banana. I was just at a tasting recently, and I mentioned that I smelled bananas on it. The guy there who works for MGP told me 1 in 10 people that he meets can pick up banana. So it's not necessarily that you're good or bad or whatever. Sometimes our noses just pick up different things. I have a really hard time with things like tobacco or like smoke. Excuse me. Tobacco, leather, I still have a hard time picking up, but like the fruits and the fruits and the vanilla and the caramel, I'm really starting to pick up on. And a lot of cherry too. I'm excited. Cheers to the Wrestling with Whiskey fam. Here's to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Brown. Wow, that's really nice. That's the word to describe it. Very nice. I like to sit in silence, let it really finish before I start going into taste and everything like that. I want to see how the whole experience happens. I was right, the mouthfeel isn't super thick, isn't super coating, but the flavors are really like nuanced. There's a burst. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to taste again because you know what? I'm not a pro like a lot of people pretend to be. I'm really new to this, and so are a lot of you. So I'm doing this so we can all learn, right? There is a little bit of leather, oak. You can taste a little bit of the oak from the 12 years it's been sitting in a barrel. That like bitter cherry almost in there. Not too much spice on the finish, which depending, some people really like that. Wild Turkey fans, I'm looking at you. But it's not like, it's also not flat. It's not a flat finish. It's kind of a medium, not mind-blowing. But there's this nice, like, almost like cherry cola that runs down your throat and fills your mouth. Yeah. Yeah, dried cherries. Almost bitter cherry. Like, this would be really good. I would never do this, but this would be really good in Manhattan with those Luxardo cherries, that dark, little bit of vermouth and stuff in there. But this is such a beautiful bottle and such a beautiful whiskey. I would never cut it in a cocktail unless I had 8 dozen of these like some people get. Wow, for 101 proof, this does not drink like it, I'll be honest. I thought there would be more of a burn, and there's not. I'm not going to use the dreaded smooth word, because purists hate that word. And I kind of get it. It's such a generic term. Smooth. Just means you're a wuss and you don't like anything that's strong. But this drinks very nicely. That's what I keep on. It's like nice. Nothing is too intense, which can be good or bad, but nothing's too subtle either. That's the great thing about it. It's like just that nice balance of a bourbon, baby. Ooh, that was good alliteration. Balance of a bourbon, baby. It's really good, well balanced. God damn, that's really good. that's birthday bourbon, guys, this year. Happy birthday, George Garvin Brown. I recommend finding this if you can. Secondary prices exceed $300. Man, is it worth that? If you already collect these and you love them, I think this is probably one of the better releases. Again, I'm not familiar with a lot of the birthday bourbons. I've tried one or two, and now I own this one. It's very, very good. I'm going to save this whiskey, I think, for special occasions because it's really, really good. But about $100 retail. If you can get it at that, I would say it's 100% worth that. Secondary, that's up to you. But I want to say happy birthday to George Garvin Brown. I want to say cheers to my Wrestling with Whiskey family. I want to say please like and subscribe below. I want to say please stick with me through this journey. I want to say please join me the next time we're here in the Bat Cave, the Mat Cave, whatever we want to call it. Raise a glass to you and me. Raise a glass so we'll be free. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling with Whiskey, thank you. Good night.